Now, Gauteng Social Development is warning care homes against taking in abandoned babies. The department says those operations are illegal as child abandonment in South Africa is against the law. They say the baby boxes take away the responsibility of the biological mother to care for the child and further disregards the rights of biological fathers. Let's speak to Yvonne Deonarain, who's Director of Gauteng Child Protection Services. Thank you so much for your time, Yvonne. We do appreciate it. So it seems as though, thank you for your time. So it seems as though this is quite an intense issue, and maybe we can start off by how many children, from your understanding, are placed in these safe or haven boxes in the province.
Thank you. I think that's precisely our concern as the Department of Social Development. We're not clear on exactly how many babies are being placed in these boxes. What is the current status of these babies at this precise moment? In fact, we are unaware of exactly what is the location and where is the location of these baby boxes at this point in time. And that, amongst others, is the reason why the Department of Social Development had decided that we need to actually get into these illegal baby baskets because it's not aligned to the Children's Act and what the Children's Act is prescribing in terms of care and protection of children.
So how many care homes or baby baskets are in the province? Are you aware of that number?
That's exactly as I was saying, we are not aware. Now, can I just explain something from where we are as a Department of Social Development? Now, the Department of Social Development is saying that we have these boxes that are on the walls of private temporary safe care. They are at our child and youth care centers, which is your children's homes. They are there. If a mother wishes to abandon her baby, she will take the baby, place into this box, close the box. The alarm bell will ring on the other side, and caregivers will then retrieve the baby. Now, for us, this particular practice is considered unlawful. Now, let me explain why. The Children's Act 38 of 2005 is a highly legislated piece of document. It's the law of this country. In the Children's Act, it talks about how do we care, how do we protect, and how do we ensure that the rights of children are being upheld. In terms of Section 305 of the Children's Act, it states that abandonment is a criminal offense, and any person abandoning a child is guilty of an offense. Now, the memo that we issued out, it actually says that we are promoting the birth mother, promoting abandonment of children.
Okay, sorry, I have to interject. Sorry, I'm very sorry to interject. I need to get to the crux of this matter. Firstly, I find it very concerning that you, as the department, do not know how many children, as you would classify, being abandoned. Secondly, I would just like to understand what do you expect...
Correction, madam. Just a note, according to our records, Baby Savers have indicated that there are 10,000 babies being abandoned in the country wide. We then requested what is the statistics for Gauteng province. But in terms of the statistics that we have in our possession, as the Gauteng Department of Social Development, for the period April to September 2023, there are 13 babies that were abandoned. These statistics is from the Department of Social Development together from our funded child protection organizations.
Okay, so that's what I was trying to get at, if you have statistics around that. I want to ask you about what other alternative there is for mothers that might be very young, that might be teenagers, that might be in a complete panic, that don't have another alternative, don't see another alternative. What do you expect these mothers to do? Because they see it as dropping them off in these safe haven boxes instead of just neglecting them on the road, dropping them off at these homes where potentially these babies will be looked after and later on taken over by whoever else, instead of just neglecting the child on the street. So what other alternative are you providing for these mothers, and have you communicated that to them, given the increase that we are seeing in mothers dropping their children off in these safe boxes?
Yes, thank you for that. I think as the Department of Social Development, what we are saying is that any mother can relinquish their responsibility in terms of giving up their baby, but it must be done within the child care and protection system. So, have in place for such. We're saying that the first point is normally your hospitals, in a hospital setting. There are social workers within the hospital setting that will be
Yvonne,
able
we seem to be losing you. Your line is very bad, and I think it's going to be important to just try and get you back on so we can conclude this conversation, because it's a very important one, as there have, of course, been calls for these safe houses to be legalized, given the sensitivity around mothers having nowhere else to go. Unfortunately, we have lost the line there, but we will try and re-establish and reconnect. That was Yvonne Deonarain, who's the Director of Gauteng Children Protection Services.